Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. This is Intuitive Tarot with me, Mama Core. I can't tell you how good it is to be back. Getting up this morning, putting on my makeup, getting everything sorted. I was just getting so excited and knowing I was going to speak to you guys and the start of this video, before I even get started, I'll just let you all know that the start of this video is just going to be me filling you in where I've been, what I've been up to, what I've been doing a bit of like a collective reading just to get back into the energy, get back into the swing of things. I haven't done any reading since I've been gone, so it is a bit weird getting back to it, but it's also really exciting. I'm just like so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back. So I am going to be looking down quite a bit. I've got loads and loads of notes that I've made over the last 3 weeks since I've been gone. So that's the reason. I'll show you. So this is my basically my journal. I put all my visions and stuff in here. I'll show you a bit. So yeah, all my visions and stuff. That said something. I hope you didn't see that, but that said something a bit inappropriate for YouTube. Yeah, that was a sexual reading. Not reading, sexual vision I had. Wow. Yeah, so everything's in here. So I thought every time I was seeing things or feeling something, because to be honest with you guys, the last, obviously my spirit guides wanted to do that. I was just gonna say I'm not gonna do that today, but obviously they wanted me to do that. Yeah, it's been a journey, guys. It really has been a journey, and I thought I was pretty much already spiritually awoken and very much aware of my surroundings, my intuition. Yeah, my intuition's always been on point. My gut instinct has always been on point. So the last, I'd say about literally 3 weeks ago, I just wasn't feeling myself, and I was feeling really sad, crying from morning to night. Oh my God, don't get upset. If you get upset, sorry guys, I don't want to get upset. Yeah, crying from morning to night. And I've been working out a lot. That's why I put up that picture yesterday on my community tab to show you all my progress. I've now lost 14 stone in weight. Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight, and about 3 weeks ago, I really didn't feel good, guys. I was in a really dark place, and normally I will do some cleansing. I'll get my sage out. I'll talk to my spirit guides. I'll talk to my boys. I'll talk to my mum. I've got some incredible friends that have really supported me and have been there for me in the last couple of years since becoming single and coming out of quite an abusive relationship. I was married to somebody for nearly 10 years, and I haven't really gone into detail about it. I made a video and I haven't put it up. I talk about what I've gone through in all my talks, which over the last 3 weeks I've still been doing through Zoom. But I don't want to put it out on social media. I don't want to give that energy to that person or give that energy out, because sadly some people don't want me to speak my truth and spread awareness for women who can't speak up, who are in very abusive relationships. I speak, if not daily, I'd say every 3 days, I speak to different women, some men, who are in very abusive relationships. That has taught me a lot. And give me the courage to keep pushing forwards and to not give up on doing the inspirational speaking, because I never thought I'd be an inspirational speaker. Like, never thought that would. When I was in school, I was like, when I'm older, I want to be an inspirational speaker. Like, that was not something that I planned on. For me, it was like, I want to be a red coat and I want to perform. Like, do you know what I mean? It was never like inspiring people or helping people through tough times or anything like that. So the fact that through something really, really hard and traumatic has come out something really, really beautiful and really empowered me and truly made me the woman I am today. So yeah, I haven't given up on that dream, guys. I haven't given up on the dream. The spirits are already coming through because my nose is going crazy. So yeah, I haven't given up on that dream, but 3 weeks ago, I really took a nosedive and started getting really, really depressed and thinking of doing some really silly things, because it's the first time I'm telling you guys, and I really, really hope this can help somebody, because okay, I'm just gonna say it. Let me put these cards over here. Basically, since being on my own, I started going into domestic abuse counselling. So I would see a counsellor, they would help me through the abuse I'd gone through, helping me talk about it and helping me deal with the trauma and stuff like that. And for about 2 years, it was doing amazing things for me and helped me find what I thought was me. Two weeks ago, I got one of the most severe flashbacks that I've ever had. And I was stuck in a room in my house, and the flashback was so intense. I went back to when an incident of abuse was happening, and the room changed, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't ask for help, and I was stuck, and I forgot about this abuse. This particular abusive event happened about 8 years ago, and since it happened, haven't thought about it. Put it underneath the carpet, so my body didn't have to deal with it, my mind didn't have to deal with it. It was traumatic enough to go through it, let alone come to terms with what had happened. Sorry guys. But the reason why I'm in my emotions and being so vulnerable with you all, because I know a lot of you are survivors, and I know a lot of you have gone through something quite similar to what I have. I know because you've told me on Instagram, you speak to me and you tell me your stories, and I am so grateful that you do that, because you're not just a comfort for me, but you tell me I'm a comfort for you, and that's why I do this. This abusive event that happened all those years ago hit me like a ton of bricks, and it was like it just happened because the flashback was so strong. And I was in this state of shock because my body forced me to forget about it, because my body knew that I wouldn't be able to deal with it. And when I realised what I had gone through, this is just one event that had happened to me. When I realised what I'd gone through and I was able to get through that, I was in a state of panic, a state of despair, because I really thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to live the rest of my life with this horrifying trauma. At the end of the day, when you watch like a horror movie, or you watch something nasty on TV, you just switch it off, or you hide behind a pillow and it can go. I wanted this to be so empowering. I didn't think that I could live the rest of my days dealing with this trauma. And that was just one occasion. The days following that flashbacks happened literally so regular. I would just be getting on with my life and doing my daily chores, taking care of my children. I'm a single mum, and something would be like, boom, and it'd hit me. Nothing would trigger me. There'd be nothing around me that would remind me, apart from I'm still in one of the houses that we lived in where most of the abuse happened. But apart from that, nothing really triggered me to be like, oh, that. It sent me down the spiral, and I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to come to terms with it. I didn't want to look at it. So I messaged a few people, because I was thinking of the only way to escape. The only way to forget and the only way to escape it was to do something really silly. And I panicked, because I've never thought like that. And let me just go and get a tissue. So I genuinely thought the only way I can get away from reliving this nightmare was to do something really, really silly. And it is silly. I've got 2 incredible children that really need me right now. And I was being selfish, and the pain I would have caused them is just unthinkable. So I reached out to a few people who I trust, that I thought I could speak to, that I thought wouldn't judge me. when you're in the darkest of places, you hope that people can be there for you to help you out of that dark place. But sadly, some of the people that I reached out to, because I didn't reach out to many, there was about 3-4 people I reached out to. Yeah. Most of them weren't there. Most of them weren't there. And that made me worse. Knowing that I didn't have anybody there to talk to. So I rang up the Samaritans and I was crying. I couldn't stop crying. I was repeatedly reliving trauma, like on a loop, seeing it over and over again, being in that absolute fear, that horror, and not being able to escape it. And at that moment, I really wanted my dad, who passed in 2008. I just needed somebody to like scoop me up and like tell me that I was safe and tell me that everything was going to be okay. Oh. I didn't want to cry. I have so ruined my makeup. Okay. And all this happening, you know, the Samaritans were incredible, absolutely incredible. And I'll leave numbers down below to Samaritans, because I don't know what would have happened if the woman on that end of the phone in Samaritans was, if she wasn't there, because I was waiting for quite a while. It was ringing for quite a while. I was in total despair. And a really, really scary place. I've never been in a place like that in my whole life. And I was terrified. And she spoke to me for hours and hours. A total stranger. When I reached out to people that I really thought I could trust. And I really thought they'd be there for me. Because of this, I think I don't know, it's just, I feel like my body just kind of like was like, enough's enough, you need to deal with this. And it kind of was like, deal with it. You're not dealing with it, deal with it. And it kind of like threw everything down on me at once. And because I'd been throwing these things underneath the carpet for so many years and not dealing with them, I became really ill about 2 weeks ago, like really, really ill. I suffer from low blood pressure. I have for quite a while. I didn't know I have quite dangerous, at times, low blood pressure, to the point where I just black out. But after I had my eldest, I passed out most of the time. I passed out most of the time when I was pregnant with him, and went in and out of the hospital. They didn't know why I was passing out and all this stuff. After I had him, he was about 2 months old, I'd say, still a baby. I was sat in my parents' front room breastfeeding, and I was a single mum. My dad was in the kitchen, sat at this actual table. This is my family's table. Even the chairs my dad made by hand. I'll put a picture up, but yeah, he made by hand. He was sat in the kitchen. I was in the front room breastfeeding my son, and I just came over really, really funny. And when I was pregnant, I remember like I felt like a really intense like pain in my head here, and then my heart would be like boom, 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 and then I would just go, like I would pass out. And I was breastfeeding Gethin like this, and I was sat down and I could feel myself going, and I was just like, oh my god, like I can't drop my baby, I can't drop my what? This whole thing's gonna be me crying. Whole thing legit is gonna be me crying. Yeah, these dizzy spells were really, really intense, and I instantly thought that if I put my whole arm like that under Gethin, like he wasn't a small baby, he was a big baby, so I kind of like rugby balled him. I tucked my arm underneath him and I tried to shout my dad. I can't remember shouting my dad, but I tried to shout my dad. And the next thing I remember is being on the floor, literally looking up at the ceiling, and my dad was giving me mouth to mouth. Oh my god, this whole thing's gonna be me crying. I'm really good, guys. I'm feeling so much better and so much stronger. Yeah, I came round, my dad was giving me mouth to mouth, panicked, like, oh my god, where's Gethin? I thought I had injured him. And then I looked to the side and we had these big, like, chunky, like, I don't know, they were like 50 centimetres by 50 centimetres, maybe even bigger. They were like ginormous cushions, really, really like fluffy cushions. He was next to me on the floor, fast asleep on top of this cushion. So I seen him, and then I looked at my dad, like coming round, and he was like, wow, there's those blue eyes. And I was like, this is really weird for my dad to say there's those blue eyes, because I have my dad's eyes. My dad had blue eyes. I was like, that's a really weird thing to say. And he's like, I walked in, he said, I heard you say my name, but he said, you said dad, but you didn't say it in a normal way. And he said, I knew something was wrong. So he said, I ran in, and he said, your head was back. And he said, all I saw was the whites of your eyes. I didn't see any blue. And yeah, he said, I got Gethin and you down on the floor to safety. And he said, I knew I needed to give you mouth to mouth. And he said to me, when I, oh my God. When I walked in that room and I seen you gripping onto your son for dear life, even though I was unconscious. He said, I never doubted that you'd be a good mum, Suzanne. But he said at that moment, he said, I knew you was going to be an incredible mum. And no matter what, you were going to protect your boys. When you are going through hardship, when you're in a dark place, when you lose control over yourself or a situation, you go into this like panic mode. And you know, especially when like me being poorly over the years, not being able to control my illness, not knowing when I was going to be ill. I have control over it now, but before I didn't. It was really, really scary for a really, really long time. But it made me reflect on the last couple of weeks, has really, truly made me reflect on quite a lot. A hell of a lot, more than I've ever done in my whole life. I have literally spent the last few weeks really going down and looking in my shadow place and helping my inner child heal, helping that young single mum who was going through a really, really hard time, helping her heal, helping the woman that left that abusive relationship heal. There's a lot of really big events that's happened in my life that have really made me the woman I am, and I could have gone down a whole different path and let all of that crap I don't know, could have like started taking drugs or drinking or stuff like that. God, I can't even handle one drink, let alone freaking a bottle. And I don't think I'd ever be an alcoholic. Can't even handle one drink. I'm a cheap date, guys. I'm a cheap date. When you're trying to, maybe you've lost a loved one, or you've lost like a really big love in your life, you know. When I parted ways, if you could say that, with somebody who I really think is one of the biggest loves of my life. Yeah, I always, like, he was that person that I compared to everybody else. Like, no, they're not like him. They don't make me feel like he made me feel. Like everything, nobody compared to him, you know? I am not gonna cry, seriously. But I realised that it was the young single mum in me over the last few weeks. That's why I was, these old emotions were all coming up, because I never ever did deal with them. And my body just wanted me to finally deal with them, to finally release them, because my body was awakening. I was working on myself. I have been working on my fitness. I've only been eating clean, so I've not been putting anything crap in my body. So mentally and physically, I've been feeling the best I've ever felt. And I feel like all this shadow came to light and forced me to deal with it, because my body and my spirit guides knew that it was holding me back. And the reason why I was always so insecure, and the reason why I could never trust people, because there was situations that had happened in my life that I never dealt with. So I was like, do you know what? For the first time, I am going to deal with all this, and I am going to face it head on, even though all these situations really, really suck and I do not want to deal with them. I am going to, and I'm going to let them go, because they are no benefit in my life right now. I don't need all the hurt from these past situations hurting me now. So I went within myself, and every single one of these events, or whether it was a childhood incident, so healing my inner child, or an older version of me, or the 20-year-old me when I just had my baby, my first baby, and I was a single mum, absolutely devastated, never wanted that, but I was. There was nothing I could do about it. I started to really be inspired to like go like within myself, and almost as if I was getting the opportunity to go back in time and to go see little Suzanne and teenage Suzanne, and you know, the elderly, that is not a word, like the teenage older Suzanne, and then like the 20-year-old Suzanne, you know. And the first thing I did was I was inspired to listen to music that I absolutely loved growing up. So it was like all the 90s and 80s, like classic songs that I used to listen to, and I started dancing, and which I always used to love to do. And I just felt like this like warmth inside, like inside me felt happy, because it was almost like I was going within myself and giving my inner child a hug, and telling her, even though nobody told her at the time everything would be okay, or 3 weeks ago nobody told me it was going to be okay and nobody was there to give me a hug, I was doing that for myself. And oh my God, I'm not going to get in my emotions. Taking that time for myself and doing these small things, whether it was listening to music or watching really, really amazing 80s films that I grew up with, you know, it really, really helped me. But also when a situation was popping up and it was reminding me of what I went through when I was younger, or what I went through with an ex, or whatever it was, I wrote it down in a journal, which is the journal I showed you earlier. I'll show you. So what I'd normally do is I would write what it was about, date it, and I've got literally like there's loads, and this I've got so many of these upstairs in my bedroom. To help me see what I was going through at the time, help me to think over why I acted the way I did at the time, why that situation happened at the time, how I dealt with it, how I could have dealt with it better. And I was writing all these things down, like different outcomes, even though they can't be a different outcome. And it was really, really helping me. It was like helping me so much that I was almost telling that person back then that it's okay. It's okay. These situations happened. Yes, they were really, really shit. Yes, there is nothing you can do about it now apart from let you heal. Tell yourself it's okay. Tell yourself you've got this. Tell yourself you can get through this. Even though some of these situations you may not even be able to come to terms with. I still, literally, I would say up until about 2 weeks ago, I still hadn't got over the fact, oh, that's being a bit too vulnerable. That's being a bit too vulnerable. I don't know if I want to say that on social media, especially if that person watches. I don't think he does, but knowing my luck, he will watch that video and then I'll look like an idiot. Basically, I I lost somebody very dear to me, okay? I'm not saying whether this person's alive or not, but I lost somebody very dear to me. They may be alive, you never know. And this person is one of the loves of my life. Like, seriously, I think about him and I just smile. Always have. And to the point I was speaking about him to somebody, and when I was with my most recent ex, he overheard me talking about him and got frustrated that I was talking about him in such a positive light. I was actually talking, that's going to give it away, Suzanne, if you say that. I was talking to a close family member. This is so awkward. A close family member who was asking about this person. So it was an ex. Okay, let's just say now it was an ex, okay? And a family member was asking about this person because they knew this person. Oh my God. Basically, I had a child with this ex, okay? Let's just put it out there. Beating around the bush on here, freaking hell. And my son, our son that we had together, was asking about his dad. And I was talking about him and saying things that we did together and what we got up to. And he was asking, what was it like when you were together? What was it like before you had me and stuff like that? So we were talking about it. And because I had such an intense connection with this man, I told my son about it. You know, it was our son. So I was like, your dad's amazing. We were very much in love. And then we found out we were pregnant with you. We were very surprised. But, you know, we were very happy, you know, so I was talking like this. But because I spoke about him in such an uplifting, positive way, my most recent ex couldn't deal with the fact that I weren't like slagging him off or wasn't putting him down. He didn't like that, but I physically can't put him down. My son's dad, I can't. And a lot of how we parted, and that has been over the last few weeks. I've been dealing with all that as well. It's all been popping back up, and I've been listening to songs that we used to listen to when we were together, and these songs have been like popping up out of nowhere. Like I'll either be like working out, or I'll be doing cleaning, or just doing general stuff in the house, and I'll just literally like shuffle songs and a song will pop up, and one of these songs came on and I swear down, I really nearly injured myself. It was a song that every time I hear it, I think of him. I literally think of him. I can't help but think of him. It's like, boom, like it's intense. It reminds me of him. It reminds me of when we were together. Like we listened to the song quite a lot when we were together. And I was working out, and this song, even though it wasn't even in my workout playlist, it came on, and I was just like, what? But then all of a sudden, instead of thinking about all the hardship that we had gone through at a really young age, trying to deal with being parents, it was like shit, because we didn't plan it at the end of the day. my spirit guides and, I don't know, the universe, the divine, was showing me all these beautiful memories that we had together. And I was seeing all these good things that were happening. And it really, really helped me. It really, really did help me. I can't do anything about what happened. I really, really can't. I've tried to... Don't... I've tried to help others heal. I've tried to make old situations better by trying to do whatever I can now. But when you can come out of a shallow place and you've really dealt, come face to face to those fears, those insecurities, those things that you never ever thought that you'd be able to deal with. It's shit, guys. It's shit. But the moment you confront them, the moment you go, you are not going to impact me anymore. You're not going to hold me back. I used to be so insecure. So insecure. I used to be really, really fit. I used to be, you know, really like take care of myself, like not as much as I do now, but I used to do a lot of dancing. So I was like in the best shape of my life, really. And still, even when I thought I looked beautiful, I really didn't feel it. I really didn't feel it. And because I was insecure, I was pushing on my relationships with my love interest to make me feel better about myself, to make me feel the love that I wasn't feeling for myself. And that's not fair to do on somebody. That's not fair to do on anybody. And that's why that relationship didn't happen. Or that's why that didn't happen. That's why that relationship didn't work out. Because you can't put that much pressure on somebody. We were really young. We were really young. But being able to see why I acted the way I did and understand why I acted the way I did. Because I didn't have any love for myself. I didn't respect myself. I wasn't holding myself in high regard. I was so insecure that even if somebody looked in my love interest way, I'd be like, that's it. He's gone. 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 Okay. Why? Why? You know, I really took a step back, guys, when I was reflecting on everything and seeing everything for what really was happening and what was really going on. And I took a step back and I pulled myself away from anything negative in my life, whether it was a situation, whether it was people. I pulled myself back. I took myself off social media. That's why I didn't want to really upload or anything like that. And yeah, I really thought long and hard. And wanted to understand why I acted the way I have over the years. And I really worked hard on myself, guys. And I'm so proud that I have. I am so proud that I have. It hasn't been easy. It really hasn't. And the last couple of months has only been well, the last 3 years has only been like a small snippet of me finding me. And the last 3 weeks has literally flipped me upside down and been like, shake me about and be like, now this is what we need to do. This is where we need to go from here. And it's really made me appreciate life. It's really made me value myself. It's really made me appreciate myself and, you know, really admire. Like, it's like for the first time I'm looking back and I'm going, freaking hell, you got through that? You went through that? Wow. Wow. It's just like I want to like strut down, like walking on a catwalk and like strut, like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. It's like when I'm walking on my treadmill and like doing my I do a morning workout and then I do an evening workout. When I'm doing my morning workout, I go on my treadmill and get my cardio in. I do it for about 60 to 80 minutes. And I put this like particular song on and I'm like walking and I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I feel like so like confident and like so empowered and I just feel like in like a really, really, really happy and like grateful place. And the time I have working out, I work out for about 3 hours every day. And that time is my thinking time. I don't want to miss a day because I know that that time to myself is so important. That time to escape from everything else that's happening in my life, whether it's confronting something or dealing with something or being a mum. Being a mum of 2 teens, guys. Wow. Whew. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. I'm gonna pull a few cards because we're already going on for 50 odd minutes and I don't want to do for over an hour. I might just do a chakra cards and then do a reading after this for the collective. I wanted to fill you in on everything that's happening because I feel like it's just so important to be open and honest with ourselves and what we're going through and not be hard on ourselves, guys. Why be hard on ourselves? It's what we're truly going through. It's our true emotions. Why be hard on ourselves? Let's just like take it in and accept it. This is me. This is what I'm going through. And if somebody else doesn't like it, fuck them. Fuck them. I've spent too much time worrying about what other people think, trying to impress other people, and putting myself on the back burner. Why am I putting myself on the back burner? Guys. About 2 weeks ago, I spoke to a friend of mine who was a guy friend who I've known about 6 years. And I actually phoned him up to speak to his girlfriend. I was like, can I speak to you again, please? She's like, she's not in. I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna have to speak to you. And he's like, oh, it's fine. I will speak to you. And literally just telling him a few things that was going on in my life, expecting to speak to my other friend, not expecting to speak to him. And he said something to me that blew my mind. And I knew it's what I needed to hear. He said to me, if somebody isn't willing, so if you give somebody time, yeah, if you make somebody your priority, So you're going out of your way to make somebody your priority and they're not doing the same. Nobody is that busy. Nobody's that busy. If somebody really wants to make you their priority, they will. They will. You're, sadly, not important enough to them for them to make you their priority. Hearing somebody say that to me, literally, I was like, ah, what? No, but this and oh, my. But what? All the buts and the excuses that you just gave to that person, are they making you their priority now? No. Even if it's like something as small as you're messaging a friend or a boyfriend or a love interest. Say if you message them and they message you back, yeah? And they just give a paragraph. And then the next conversation is you doing 20 paragraphs. And then they do a little paragraph. Then you do 25 paragraphs and then they do a little paragraph. Is that equal? No. Pull your energy back. Pull that energy back. Another one. You deserve better than that. You deserve to be somebody's priority. And if somebody isn't making you their priority, they don't deserve you. Third eye chakra, healing, light elements. I see clearly how to bring harmony to pain, discomfort, and issues of separation, and so I am healed. I transcend the illusion of duality, seeing beyond the veil of divisive thoughts and behaviours. I offer with confidence and integrity. My visions for a brighter, more harmonious future are alive. I am harmonious. Solar plexus chakra, fire element, and that was light element. Individuation. I recognize others as different aspects of consciousness, no greater or lesser than myself, all journeying at my own pace. I acknowledge, accept, and celebrate difference as I go inward and connect with my deepest self. Thank you, Spirit Guides. My truths, desires, and joy are being heard. I am a unique spark of the divine, expressing my own unique vibration and my life purpose. I follow my own path. Wow. So I just wanted you all to know that I am going to get back to normal. I am going to be uploading again. I don't think I will be putting up my inspirational speaking. But summertime, I am doing quite a few really big conferences, and I've actually spoke to the conference manager, the guy that actually runs the sites, and he said that I can actually share. So what I'm going to do is actually put up to you guys on my social media, maybe my Instagram, which I'll put up here, is at the Mamacore, and let you guys know where I'm doing conferences, and at what times you can go in and give a donation at the door, and the donations go towards the domestic abuse charities. All the charities are there. You get to speak to the survivors, the organisers and everything. So these conferences are incredible. So if you are interested in that, around summertime, I'm doing quite a lot. I'm traveling quite a lot. So it's going to be very, very exciting. So yeah, you'll be able to come see me, be able to come meet me. And instead of me sharing my speeches up here, yeah, you'll be able to see it firsthand, and you'll be able to ask me any questions, because I always interact with the crowds. So yeah, that's a big opportunity coming up. And then in September, I'm going to be having 2 surgeries done, because I've lost so much weight. I am having 2 surgeries done. So I'm having a boob lift, because I got excess skin on my stomach and on my boobies from breastfeeding my son for 15 months. Yeah, so I'm having 2 procedures. So I'm basically having a tummy tuck and a bit of a boob job. Yeah, just to get my full confidence back, even though I am confident and I love who I am. Getting those 2 final things done is going to be like the final thing to like give me that like pat on the back to go, you did it, girl. And then in December, I have booked myself in for a very racy photo shoot, guys. I know, a racy photo shoot, me. Oh. I know. I like been thinking of like really nice bikinis or like lingerie I can wear, and I'm doing it for me. I'm a single Pringle, guys, so doing it for myself, not doing it for anybody else. Important. Done this whole thing for myself, guys. I've not done it for anybody else. I just want to be content and happy in my own body. I don't want to live for anybody else. I want to be happy being me. And the fact that I can sit here with you now and open up like this is unbelievable. I've never been this vulnerable openly, especially on social media. People are gonna judge, but I don't give a shit. No, I don't. And you know, I truly love you all so much. This has obviously not been a reading. Sorry. I will say at the start, I'll put like a thing at the start saying there's no reading. It's just a catch up. But yeah, I'm back and it's good to be back. If you do want to enter, I am doing the giveaway. It's here. I just sent the other one off today because I've literally not been able to do anything over the last 4 weeks. So I just sent the other one off today. And I've got this one, so I will start linking that back up and take some pictures of that, and we will get back into the swing of things. I want to send you all so much love and gratitude for everything that you've done for me and all the support, reaching out to me for the last couple of weeks and making sure I'm okay. It's meant the world, guys. It really, really has meant the world. I love you all so much. May love and light guide you on your amazing spiritual journey. See you next time. Bye.